We need your help for hashtag tag. What is your
Hashtag humble brag.
We're talking humble brags today on Y101, 601-995-1017. It's Adam and Allison. This all came up because of George Clooney giving an interview a couple weeks ago saying that he still, despite being married for a pretty long time to his wife, has never had an argument with her. And apparently people say that is a
Hashtag humble brag.
Yeah.
If you're telling people about your relationship, and the thing is that we never fight, we've never been in a disagreement. They say you're humble bragging because it's totally normal to have disagreements in relationships.
Not only is it normal, but it should happen. Like, the only way you are going to grow in any relationship, not just romantic ones, is if there is conflict.
Interesting. Another one that a relationship expert agrees is a humble brag for a relationship. We play ping pong all the time.
Ew.
I adjusted some words, but that would feel weird to me. Like, I've never had a friend that would tell me about his relationship with his girlfriend or wife, anything like that.
I always assume that you're lying. Like, the time that I've seen it the most is whenever I watch The Real Housewives. It seems like every now and then there's one housewife who always wants to brag about her ping pong life to all the other ladies. And it's like, I feel like you're lying. Like, what are you hiding?
Another
Hashtag humble brag.
We don't air our dirty laundry with anyone. This relationship expert says it's great to not complain about your partner too much, but it's also important to have somebody that you talk to about the struggles in your relationship.
Oh, I mean, I like the idea of not airing your dirty laundry with anyone, but I feel like if you're going to say that you don't air your, like, why even bring it up at all at that point?
That's like letting a little crack of stinky air out. Like,
Just a little poot.
yeah, exactly. You're not like airing it all the way out, but you're informing everybody like your relationship got a little gas.
Hashtag humble brag.
And finally, the last humble brag for relationships, we never go to bed angry. And that used to be a real common thing. Like, every old person at a wedding would say, never go to bed angry. And it turns out then you're just angry and tired when you wake up.
I don't think that that's good advice either, because I go to bed angry a lot in my life. Like, not with relationships, but just like because I'm cranky and tired.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like a toddler who just needs to be put down for the night, and I wake up and it's a brand new day, and it's like, why was I so irritated?
Well, now we want you to humble brag on yourself for hashtag tag.
Yes.
Hashtag humble brag.
Text them in 601-995-1017. You can also call us, or if you can't bring yourself to brag on yourself, maybe call somebody else out for humble bragging. That could be fun too. But I would really like it if you celebrated yourself.
Yeah, I want to hear that stuff that normally you'd be too embarrassed to say because you'd get called out for it. Like, brag on yourself.
Hashtag humble brag.
Steven, what did you want to say?
Hey, Allison, I have a question.
Yeah.
Because have you ever heard the saying, both of y'all, have you ever heard the saying that a relationship with no argument is a relationship with a lot of secrets?
Oh, I haven't heard that, Steve.
I like it, though.
That is an old saying, so I just want to put that out there.
How about you, Steve? You got any humble brags for yourself?
I guess it's because I have 100% payment history on my credit report.
Hashtag humble brag.
Yeah, I would say never missing a credit card payment, having perfect credit score, that's definitely a humble brag.
Well, I don't have a perfect credit score. I just have 100% payment history because,
All
pay
right.
everything, but
Doing
Listen.
better than me, Steve. I cannot say that I have 100%. Like, I've definitely missed some payments.
Thank you for the call, Steve. Appreciate you. I did just check my credit score in the exceptional range. But
Humble brag.
Totally.
Hashtag humble brag.
Because it should not be an indication of like how good I am at money. Like, I'm good at paying off my credit card bill. I've really never had a car payment. Like, so you shouldn't look at my 814 or whatever it is.
Wow.
I told you it was exceptional, but that isn't like that much of an indication that like I know what I'm doing with money. 601-995-1017 if you've got a humble brag. Catalina writes, I got a health scan recently, and it said my cardiovascular health is 6.5 years younger than my actual age.
Hashtag humble brag.
Congrats.
Ooh. I'm so guilty of a humble brag. I love a humble brag.
Okay, I know.
But my favorite one that I love telling people is every guy that's ever done me has always reached out with like I messed up, like you were the one who got away.
Hashtag humble brag.
That's like Bailey, who said, my ex texted me, quote, should have made you a wife. I regret it.
Yep.
Hashtag humble brag.
Brooklyn texted in to 601-995-1017 and says, I get tons of compliments on my kids' manners and behavior. They are 11, 8, and 6. It's the best feeling hearing those words come from others.
Hashtag humble brag.
I know a Sam's Club employee who would love to meet you.
Richard texted in, I have never missed a day for school or work, and I'm 34.
Hashtag humble brag.
So I used to have a record of never calling off work ever. And then like last year I got sick for a few days and I couldn't come in. So I felt bad about that. Actually, that's not true either. I was going to say I've never faked a sick day, but I definitely did that before. Not here, not in the last 10 years, but never mind. My humble brag's gone away. Dang.
Sean over here saying, I have so many good friends. No matter what I need, I've got somebody I can call.
Hashtag humble brag.
Jennifer said she just made the perfect sourdough loaf.
Hashtag humble brag.
Absolutely. Could you drop it off maybe? I love a sourdough loaf, Jennifer. And she sent a picture. It looks immaculate.
Roy says he lost a total of 50 pounds in a year.
Hashtag humble brag.
Shout that from the mountaintops,
Yeah.
Roy. Congratulations.